Thank you for tuning in. I'm that Christmas dude, right back at you with another episode. Please hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you show me your support. Today I have Jarrid. This one's going to be called Winter in Winnipeg. Where he's from. Winterpeg. Let me get that. And Jarrid also has his own fishing channel. I'm going to plug everything in down on the link below, and you can just subscribe to him. But Jarrid, what does Winterpeg mean to you? Because I can kind of guess, but you let me know.
Perpetual cold, darkness for six. No, I don't know. It's about 6 months of cold, it seems.
Oh,
as soon as fall time ends, around, honestly, from a kid looking back on Halloween, it was always around 0 degrees Celsius.
wow.
If not below. So after Halloween, you got November, December, January, February, March, April of cold temperatures, and then May you probably get half of the month if you're lucky. It starts to get warm, but
You know,
it lasts a long time.
Winterpeg, it's so ironic that Jarrid is here in Hawaii now, so it's like night and day. I think we're probably considered the warmest place, definitely in the U.S.
Yeah.
during Christmas and wintertime, but honestly, Jarrid, anything under 60, I probably would debate on how good friends we are. So I'm not an under 60 type person, but I want you guys to just make sure you tune into this video, because it's very important how we learn how different countries, different cultures celebrate or have winter and Christmas time. And so I know I did a segment on the Philippines, and it's the BR months that they start, Burr months. But right now we're gonna take you all the way to Canada. I'm gonna let Jarrid. We'll take a look. This is a video that really struck me. It did everything on the area that you're from, and it was a great video. So without further ado, let's get it going. She looked cold already.
We try that way? Let's try that way. Okay. Hey everyone, Arian here from See You Soon Travel, and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, if there's one city here in Canada that knows how to fully embrace winter, it's Winnipeg. As soon as the snow hits the ground, the rivers freeze over, Winnipeggers come out to play. So what is there to do here in the wintertime? Well, keep watching. I'll show you.
That's a different kind of blood. She said we come out to play when winter time.
Yeah, Winnipeggers are built different when it comes to the cold. It's just,
Oh, God.
I always, when I came here, I'm just so warm-blooded that it took a long time to get used to the high temperatures, the high humidity, and even so, I'm still not accustomed to it. I'm just a furnace all the time.
Oh, so
Whenever my wife is cold, it's all she's got to do is just snuggle up next to me, and she's good. Especially when we go to Winnipeg for winter, it's just, I don't know. I'm just warm-blooded.
That was different for me when she said we come out and play. I'm gonna really see where this goes.
To kick off this video, I have to highlight the most popular thing to do in Winnipeg in the winter, and that's to skate along the Netaweya River Trail. The total length varies from year to year, depending on the weather conditions, but usually spans around 6 kilometers. The trail follows the Assiniboine and Red Rivers, with its most popular section found where the two rivers meet, called the Forks. Here you'll find a hub of activities and entertainment, a food hall, and places to rent skates and other equipment if you don't have your own. Want to try something new? Rent an ice trike from Kendrick's Outdoor Adventures. This lowrider tricycle has ice blades for back wheels and will make you feel like a kid all over again. As you explore the river trail, make a point to check out the fun, creative warming huts. Each year, a design competition is held to select entries that push the envelope of design, craft, and art. Artists and architects from around the world submit entries that are part warming hut and part art installation. The Netaweya River Trail is well maintained and shouldn't be missed on a winter trip to Winnipeg.
Now, Jarrid, I heard something they call the Forks. What can you explain that? Because I remember, as I was doing my looking up on Winnipeg, I seen the Forks, but I seen it also with no snow. Mm-hmm. So what is the Forks, and what was that?
So the origins of the Forks, it used to be a trading hub back in the day because the two rivers intersect right in the middle of Winnipeg. So that's one of the reasons why Winnipeg was founded, was because it was a huge central hub for trade, both down south to the U.S. So at the Forks where the two rivers meet, there's a large building that houses a whole bunch of different little shops inside. There's some restaurants. There's an outdoor stage where there's concerts held. And then obviously the rivers themselves, there's a lot of, boat activity that goes through there. There's fishing from the shore as well.
I seen like a carnival in the summer or winter. Is there like some kind of a, because I know like on the mainland we got Santa Monica on the west coast, or New York is Coney Island. So is it something similar to that?
We do have an annual carnival that comes, but it's not located at the Forks because it's rather large, so they needed a huge area. Okay. The Forks for space, there's not a whole lot of like open grassy areas. I mean, there's some for people to hang out. A lot of people, walk through there daily, ride their bikes through. There's a lot of trails. There's trails that go right along the river as well. Yes. So there's lots of activities that go on through there. But there's a lot of, festivals that happen in that area because it's such a unique area in the city. It brings a lot of people together, and it's pretty central. So a lot of people can get to it from all parts of the city.
I love the fact of this place because I like how here it's very hard, not just Hawaii, but in the U.S. it's very hard to have certain ice skating rings, it's separate, but this is kind of elongated, so you can actually go, you can actually go a distance.
Oh yeah, they said 6 kilometers on average, so for miles. Yeah.
and if you noticed, I don't know if you caught that, but I told you I'm not doing nothing under 60. I caught something on here that said there was a warm, I don't know if it was a warm incubator place we can go in or something, but it was a warm area where you can go in if you really can't just handle the cold.
Yeah, they got warming huts. That's what it is. Okay. And then even if you're out there skating, so they have the main trail, which is on the river itself, and then they have a smaller skating rink at the Forks as well. But in that area, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of different buildings that you can go in and seek shelter if you get too cold.
Well, that's where you're going to catch me.
Get you some hot chocolate.
Enjoy living it up at a festival, then attending the Festival de Voyageur is a must. It's Western Canada's largest winter festival and takes place for 10 days every year in February. Festival de Voyageur celebrates Canada's fur trading past and French heritage and culture. There are so many fun things to experience and enjoy for the whole family. The snow sculptures are always a highlight. Marvel at these larger-than-life creations carved out of snow by local and international artists. Inside the Fort Gibraltar Historic Site, you can learn about the fur trade era and what life was like in the early 1800s. Live music can be enjoyed in heated tents all day and night. Of course, there are lots of activities for the kids or even big kids to enjoy. A glass of caribou served in an ice glass will help warm you up from the inside, and you can't visit the festival without trying maple taffy. For those of you who love
that festival, honestly, that's something I would plan to do. I actually love something different like that. Not only that glass of caribou, is that what it is? It's caribou. Is that considered? What is that considered? Coffee, wine? What is? I'm trying to think.
I'll be honest, I don't know what they were referring to because I know caribou beer, but that didn't look like beer. So
yeah, it looked like red wine a little bit.
I didn't know if that was a liqueur or hard alcohol. I don't know what they're sipping on there.
I love the taffy. I'm a sugar person, so I would try that.
Maybe it was caribou Lou.
Yeah. But the fur,
151 rum.
Yeah, it might have been something. Hey, you're gonna need it over here. How cold it is. But I would love, honestly, not just a taffy, but I think I was seeing, I seen the kids having fun. They have their thing. The adults have their thing too. So it's kind of like a family thing. But ultimately, this place, I was interested in the fur trade. So
yeah,
I'm imagining. obviously it's cold, but people probably came here to do a lot of trading for fur, right? So I wonder if it was caribou, buffalo, whatever it was in this area.
There's a lot of hunting is very popular in Manitoba.
Okay.
There's a lot of different species as well as trapping also. So you got everything from beaver to white-tailed deer. There's black bear. So, and then the farther you go up north, you get moose, elk.
Oh, wow.
And then at the farthest tip of Manitoba, up in Churchill, it's a big hub for polar bears for tourism.
Oh, wow. That's
Nobody's
how you know
hunting
you're in the
those.
cold.
Those things are hunting you. But I mean, you can
No.
imagine, how plentiful our resources are there, because it's very well maintained by the government, both the fisheries and wildlife. So, I mean, they do a good job of maintaining our resources.
This, if you look at this picture here, before we get into it, you're gonna see the snow maze, right? And I know this is one thing I looked up. It's the first thing that popped up during this section, but it's so ironic, and I want Jarrid. This is where he's from. You're gonna see a snow maze. He flew all the way miles and miles away. It's a lot, right? All the way to the middle of the Pacific, and one of the other biggest mazes in the U.S. is the Dole Plantation Maze, right? And so it's just so ironic. You have one that's snow, and the other one that's made out of plantation dole, greenery, right? Just heat. So it's totally different, but one of the most standout mazes that man built. But let's keep going.
Challenge, try your navigational skills inside the world's largest snow maze. Located about 30 minutes south of Winnipeg, the snow maze holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest snow maze in the world.
Wow.
It takes
higher
about
those
a month
walls, I
to
might
build
be able
the
to
over
see over.
60,000 square foot maze. The twists and turns will have you trying to find the exit point for at least 40 minutes. But there's more than just 8-foot high walls and dead ends. Inside the snow maze, you'll find 5 hidden dens. Each one is elaborately designed and carved out of snow, including a house and even a full movie theater. The fun doesn't stop there. Inner tubes and sleds are available free of use to enjoy the toboggan hill and pop into the snow bar for an adult bevy too. The snow maze is typically open from January to March of each year.
Amazing.
For the foodies out there, don't miss the
fun.
opportunity to dine on a frozen river for a truly unique culinary experience. Over the course of 22 days in January and February, a pop-up restaurant takes shape on the frozen rivers around Winnipeg. Raw Almond invites world-class chefs from across North America to put together a one-of-a-kind tasting menu.
Oh, keep pause the video for a
Chefs
second.
serve anywhere
That looked like my buddy almost.
Wow. He might have seen somebody he knew.
Keep going. But that
This-
actually looked like
well-
a buddy of mine.
And we'll stop here. One thing, as I got a little older, when we were younger in my 20s, we just loved good food, right? But now I'm starting to appreciate how food is prepared in different places. And so I just love the fact of this is a world-renowned place, world-renowned food that they're doing. He said we gathered up the chefs from North America straight to Winnipeg just for this. So I'm kind of interested on what this is because it looks good.
I wonder how much they're paying him to come in the winter.
A lot.
They don't tell him it's minus 40.
You got to hook up my wardrobe, dude.
January and February are typically the coldest months. And we get temperatures, and as low as minus 40 degrees Celsius. So
Minus 40 is
I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit. You should pull that up for the viewers.
called death. But here we go. Oh, Lord.
5 to 10 courses in a very intimate setting.
Wow.
The space itself is also part of the experience. Each year the structure changes, with the design team taking inspiration from the local environment, while at the same time keeping the project's environmental footprint in mind. Since 2013, Raw Almond has been one of Winnipeg's premier culinary festivals, so I highly recommend purchasing tickets well in advance, as it always sells out.
Whenever they say that means, obviously it's called raw almond, but whenever they say that means it's very popular. So you will have to book that. But like I said before, I learned culinary, how to enjoy it now versus how much I eat. And so if you see those little bit of plates, my old self will say, I'm not doing this. I need to be full. But it's really about the taste and experience in most of these cases, right? So yeah.
It's funny you say that because that's why me and my wife don't go out to eat much. Because she always teases. Well, I know how much I can eat, and I usually go to places where copious amounts of food are present. Otherwise, I leave feeling empty.
He got to eat. I'm mad at him sometimes. Yeah. And Jarrid, he only eat once a day. So there you go.
For a break from the cold, head to The Leaf, Canada's Diversity Gardens.
Wow.
Located inside Assiniboine Park, The Leaf is one of the newest additions to the grounds. This horticultural center explores the human connection with plants and the role plants play in shaping our communities and cultures. It features more than 12,000 trees, shrubs, and flowers, representing over 400 unique species in 4 separate indoor biomes. The Hartley and Heather Richardson tropical biome is the largest of the 4. It has a hot, humid climate and showcases plant material from tropical and rainforest regions in the world. Here's
a little taste of Hawaii there in Winnipeg.
You know, it's funny Jarrid said I was thinking about that. You know, if Jarrid was to go in this place right here, right? And so it's indoors, obviously has to be a good temperature for these plants to survive.
Yeah.
He would feel like he's at home.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Jarrid lives on the side of the island where greenery is a dime a dozen. Like, you can find it anywhere. Even if it doesn't rain, it stains green. So it's just kind of, this will make him feel at home if he was in Winnipeg, right?
Yeah. This is interesting. This actually reminds me of a time when my wife and I were in college in Vancouver, and there was a biome like this as well. Very similar style. And it was winter time. I think it was in December. And there was a Ferris wheel on the outside of the building, and it was snowing. I remember it was a huge, heavy snowfall, which isn't that common in Vancouver. I mean, they usually get it maybe once a year, but it was heavy. And it lasted about a week. So we rode the Ferris wheel on the outside of the building. We were like the only ones riding it because it's probably -5 degrees.
That's even worse because the wind hits you.
Yeah. And then we go inside and warm up in this place, and they had very similar layout. They even had birds in there though. They had I swear it was macaw. Like those big parrots and everything.
Huge,
it was really cool. So that's kind of what this is reminding me of.
Wow. And this is wintertime, y'all. So this takes a lot of work.
Measuring approximately 60 feet. Next door, you'll find a cooler and drier climate. The Mediterranean biome features plant life from climatic zones known for their superb fruits, fine wines, and abundant crops. And the Babs Asper Display House showcases rotating floral displays and a vertical garden wall that contains over 4,000 individual plants. And lastly, 3 floors up in the Shirley Richardson Butterfly Garden, stroll through the space.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of monarch butterflies that pass through
in that area.
Yeah, in Manitoba in general. I remember growing up as a kid in our science classes and stuff, and outdoor education classes in school, we go to like wildlife reserves, and they would just be all over the place. Yeah, really beautiful.
Yeah, I have a auntie that's all she lives for is butterflies, right? So she comes here, she sees a few, she's chasing it, right? So very funny. I know she'll like that place. Might be too cold for her, but she'll like it. But this is one I'm getting excited about. I'm very much in love. I don't go to a lot of them, but I love hot springs. So like wherever there's a hot spring, I don't know whether it's natural or not, but I love hot springs. I've still yet to do Japan hot springs, but I want to see what Winnipeg has to offer because this looks nice.
Yeah, this is it's relatively new. I think within the last 10 years, I think this place was built. But since its opening, it's been extremely popular. I remember hearing about it from a lot of my friends, and people were giving gift cards to this place.
Wow!
Because it's either in the city or just outside of the city, so you don't have to go very far. It's not natural springs, but it's just a really nice relaxation and retreat. Place for individuals, couples, everybody.
I would say the only place you can go outside in Winnipeg and feel warm.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with this. Let's see.
Thermëa is a Nordic-style spa set amongst the trees and featuring world-class thermotherapy facilities inspired by some of the best Scandinavian traditions. In order to maximize relaxation, guests follow a circuit of hot, cold, and rest. This cycle helps eliminate toxins, release adrenaline, stimulate the immune system, and more.
Nice.
There are hot baths, cold plunges, saunas, exfoliation rooms, and rest areas. Once you're done fully enjoying the facilities, head to the on-site restaurant. Locally sourced ingredients are used to craft gourmet dishes that complement the luxurious experience that is Thermëa.
All right, well, there you have it. There's your look at how you can enjoy the winter season here in Winnipeg. As you can see, there's a lot of activities and things to do that you can choose from.
All right. So, Winnipeg Winter, if, some places you just got to visit just for that time of year. I would say wintertime, it's a must to go to Winnipeg. Even all the cities in Canada during wintertime is something about it that's a little different than even here in the U.S. Like, they know how to do snow and winter right.
Ask somebody before you go so they can give you some stuff to wear.
Oh my goodness!
If you know anybody in Canada,
oh,
ask for some advice on what to wear.
Woo. So before we close, I want to know from Jarrid the biggest difference between winter there, winter here on the island. It's all winter time, so Christmas is evident. But what's the difference between having winter there and here? And what do you miss and don't miss?
I miss the snow this time of year. It's nice up until January, and then after that,
too much.
It's not as festive anymore. And then January, February, March, April, there's snow, so it lasts a little too long for my liking. But I do miss the snow. I miss the seasons. Whereas here, it's just warm all year round. Sure, the winds kind of pick up from time to time. We may get a little bit more rainfall, but it doesn't really change much in my experience. So it's nice to have the seasons because it gives you something to look forward to. And it really helps, emphasize the Christmas spirit and just the whole shebang, basically. You get more immersed in it, and I think that's what I really like.
And a nice difference, even when I was in California in the wintertime, we still can have in the morning, whether it be Christmas or around December, we can still wake up to 35, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
So I think the biggest difference for even me moving here is I always want to go out for winter. I always want to go out for even Christmas Day, just to know where I live, because it's a rarity to be able to actually get in some water. And so I just like I couldn't even do that in California. So that's probably the biggest difference for me. I can go in the water on Christmas Day or anytime in the winter. Now the waves on some sides can be big, but outside of that, it's still the same. And so so I want to thank Jarrid for taking time and letting you guys know how Canada does winter. So remember, hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you show me and Jarrid. I'll put his link below. Remember, it's not just fish, he's catching baby whales. So you need to take a look at it. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Mele Kaliki Maka. Merry Christmas. Peace.
Yeah, buddy.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like and make sure you don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm that Christmas dude. Merry Christmas all year long.